Technically, you can get a passport within 24 hours. I get the sense that you're a nerd and you might be desperate to have a passport in your hands right now. Let me tell you what you need to know about passport processing times, getting rush passports, and everything you need to know so you might have a passport in your hands by this time tomorrow. If you need a passport within 24 hours, you'll need what's considered an emergency passport. There are some stipulations to getting an emergency passport. Typically, you need to have some sort of life or death situation. Qualifying life or death emergencies include an immediate family member has died, an immediate family member is dying or in hospice care, or an immediate family has a life-threatening injury or illness. Immediate family members include parents, legal guardians, spouses, or children. You'll also need proof of that actual emergency, such as a note from the hospital or a death certificate. You'll also need to have proof of your airfare, which means you'll have to have purchased airfare without actually having that passport. Here's where NerdWallet recommends you bake in some protections. Either purchase refundable airfare or purchase travel insurance, and in particular, cancel for any reason travel insurance. That way, if this whole thing about getting a passport in 24 hours doesn't work out, you can get refunded for that airfare that you might not be able to take anyway. As far as that appointment, they're super limited, but for life or death emergency travel, call 1-877-487-2778 during the week or 1-202-647-4000 outside of business hours. When you do, you'll receive unique confirmation information that only you can use on the day of your appointment. Here's another wrench. There are only about 24 passport processing facilities that'll handle that last-minute passport appointment around the US. That might not be a big deal if you live near one of those facilities, and they tend to be in major cities like Miami, New York, or San Francisco. But if you don't live near one of those major cities, you'll likely also have to book a last-minute airfare for that domestic flight to actually get to that passport appointment. That's a lot to handle in 24 hours. Once you're actually at that passport processing appointment, make sure you have all the necessary documentation. I'm talking about things like an alternative form of identification and your passport photo. Here's one more piece of advice, and consider this as just sort of a potential backup plan that may work, and that's to contact your local representative. They might be able to help you get that passport expedited. All in all, though, my best piece of advice to get an emergency passport is to just not be in this situation to begin with. If you think your passport is going to expire soon, and I'm talking about within just the next year, because passport validity lasts 10 years for adults age 16 or older. If, in fact, your passport is going to expire soon, go ahead and start that renewal process. You don't want to find yourself in this situation where you have to rush to get that emergency passport within 24 hours.